All right, 1 second. I'm figuring this out here. Okay, so what I'm doing here is now I'm going to go to studio. Export content. I'm setting up. I'm gonna live stream for you so you can just see my screen.
Oh, okay.
Um. Okay. Whoops. Give me a minute here.
Mhm.
Okay, so got that. Figure this out. Okay, so got that here. Okay, and then what you can do is you can just mute me.
Mute you.
Yeah, you can
Mm.
mute me on the stream, but that way you can see my chart.
Oh, gotcha. Mm. Mm.
Yeah, you just let me know whenever you jump in.
Yep.
All right, you can see it?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to MSGY. Okay, MSGY when it was moving up all day. Okay, I know that there's
Mhm.
shorts jumping in all over here.
Mhm.
Where's their stop loss?
Um, both 570.
If they're all jumping in right here,
Mhm.
most of them are going to run a stop right here above the previous high.
Yep. Yep.
So I'm waiting. I'm waiting for when these get congested like this, you have to look. There's your
Mhm.
always, I tell people, there's always your squeeze. The people that are trapped from that squeeze are going to scale in. It has to stop them out, and then it can die.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So that's how I'm looking at stocks all the time. This squeezed, I know there's a ton of shorts that get in here. I want to get in after the shorts are after the shorts get pushed out. Then why does this work? Because you have long traders who trade breakouts. Where's the breakout?
Right there. Yeah.
Then I'm always looking for my riggers to tell me when the move is done.
Mhm.
What's this rigger telling me? Where's he done? He flipped short right here.
Mhm.
You got to think if you have 500,000 shares, you have to create liquidity to get in. So watch this, okay? This will be real interesting to you. Let's say I want to take
Yep.
5,000 shares of this ticker, okay? If I want to take 5,000 shares of this ticker in this area, I'll probably move the stock 5 cents, okay?
Okay.
If I take 5,000 shares of that ticker right here, I don't move it a penny. And it's instantly filled. Why? Because there's so many people, so much transactional value happening right here. When EE's trying to get into a trade, he's putting his orders near highs all the time. You know why he's doing it? It's the only place he can get the liquidity to do it without moving the stock a shitload. Why? Because there's a million longs up here that are going to buy the breakout and a million shorts that are going to buy back their shares. And he knows they're buying back their shares. He's got sell orders there. They're buying back their shares to sell to him. He has to do it around the highs to get filled. Go look at his old orders. You can see where he sits and the charts he used to post. So you have to think of trading just like that. I want to get in. All right, so watch this. We're going to go look at Plague now because it's going to close. And if this thing's going to squeeze, okay, PLAG. Okay, 1 second. We got 30 seconds. I'm watching MSGY as well, just so you know, just in case it pops up.
Yeah, no problem.
So I also on the daily have my levels drawn for Plague. What I do know is there's no volume. There's no volume that's gotten done. So since there's no volume that's gotten done, I know one thing. Okay, watch this. So this thing's going to gap up. We're going to see what it does. I'm going to wait for a push. So now all I'm doing is letting the volume come through. If I want to, I can go small size and short right here. I would have rather it gone up. And so now all I'm watching right now is just volume. What's volume doing? It's low volume. Which tells me one thing. The rigger hasn't dumped his shares yet. So all I'm going to do now is just sit here and wait. If I want to, I could start a 10% position size where it means nothing to me. But that rigger, when he dumps his shares, it's going to be very apparent. I think he was dumping up here. I'd love to see this thing poke through the high. Very potentially won't. 600,000. It's a 10 million float stock. If it dies without me, it dies without me, right? I don't, and that's the biggest thing. Like, I have to be willing to just not care. Why? I wasn't there to short it the second the market closed. One thing I'm not doing is I'm not chasing the price on it. So we're watching that. We're watching MSGI, and then we see what else pops up. WRAP right now is popping up. Let's see what that's doing. WRAP. Okay, so I put this one up now. PLAG goes over here. Okay. WRAP. Okay, look at this volume area right here. Okay, that's a bag holder
That would be
area.
exactly what you were saying, right? Like, let it push, wait for the first round of sellers, wait it down, and then where the sellers put the stop, that's the fake breakout that we can short easily, right?
Yep. So look at PLAG, okay? If we look at PLAG,
Mm-hmm.
and you were to go way, way, way back, you're going to see in this area between 230 to 270, there's going to be bag holders there. So then what I do is I pull up dilution tracker, and the first thing I go and do is, okay, what's the float? It's a U.S. company. There's a 40 million float.
Yep.
Big float. What are the chances this thing goes ridiculous on me? Well, it's got 20% short interest. I don't want overly study what it has for dilution because then it gives me a bias. I don't want a bias.
Okay.
I just want to trade the chart. Okay, so have that one. GTEC. Okay, so GTEC. First thing I'm always doing, going to the daily chart. Are there bag holders in this? 2 million shares, not much. Where's my big bag holder area? Boom, right here. Okay. 77 million shares done on that day. Have a high of 290. Okay, so then what I'll do, I'll go and I'll look to figure out what area is all the volume done. Okay, this is what I'm doing before I take every trade. I want to know where the bag holders are because if it gets above it, I want nothing to do with that ticker.
Okay.
There comes a point where I do not want anything to do with them. And so that's all I'm doing is their tickers will pop up for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say GTEC. What's the first thing I'm doing now? I'm going to go check what's the float. It's 19 million float, China stock. No news that I can see. They have a lot of months of cash on them. Okay, great. So what am I going to do right now? Now I'm zooming in. And I know that this thing has room all the way up to 290, potentially where the big, big, big bag holder level is.
Mm-hmm.
I can draw a level here. Draw another level here. Draw a level here.
But why at the 90? Because over there you have the back holders, but where you can see the back holders
You
on
see
the
this high?
volume?
You see this high right here?
Mm-hmm.
There will be shorts that short there.
Okay.
I always look at previous highs. It's the most visually easy level on the chart to see.
Okay.
Okay. So then the next thing I'm always doing is I want to go figure out who's reporting earnings today. Why? Because that sector, if the earnings are good, maybe there's a stock or two in that sector that pops up.
Okay.
And maybe that sector gets really hot and I didn't know it. So then I know, like, hey, look, there's this stock going parabolic. This sector could be hot after hours. Be a little bit cautious on it. See how that 73 did what it just did? It paused there.
Yep.
I'm going to expect most likely a potential pause at 95 if it gets up there, or it could blast through it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
AXDI is going up probably because SMCI is going up. Yep, that's going up, which I expect that thing to squeeze hard. Okay, so HTZ Velo's been going crazy lately. Okay, here we go. SINT. What do we have for volume? Don't have a ton of volume in this one either, all the way up to.
Yeah.
I can go and look, pull it up. Okay, volume profile shows all the volume is done in this between 320 all the way up to like $5.
Okay.
There's not a ton of volume in this. So what am I going to go do? First thing I'm always doing, drawing levels. I want to know where these people, where all this volume, where all these people are in at. Okay. SINT. It's a US company, 6 million float. I know a US company, 6 million float, probably isn't going to do what China did. The US riggers suck. So what am I doing? Getting some shares. Starting real small on the shares. And so today was super slow. This is essentially the first ticker, aside from me having a swing open, that I'm trading. So what am I going to do? I'm not going to lose a ton of money on this ticker if I'm going to lose. So what's the goal? Okay, start small.
Yeah.
I don't want to build a position much bigger than 2,500 shares in this right now. Why? Because here's the thing. My whole goal is to protect the mental capital.
Yep.
It's my entire goal. So, red candle, what do I expect there to be? Buyers.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, I just watch to see. Like, this thing can go and die right now, and I still don't care. It's a U.S. company. It wouldn't surprise me if it does. But all I'm trying to do is sit here and be patient with the ticker.
Okay. But you already haven't started, right?
Nope. No, you'll see it. When I start, it will pop up over here.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll see it on my chart when I'm trading it.
Gotcha.
Speaking of, let's change. So you can see
In
each arrow.
GTC also is popping up.
GTEC is now?
Yep.
Okay, GTEC. So now while I'm watching on GT, I have GTEC up in a side chart. I'm watching volume. When they go and kill this thing and that rigger wants out, you're going to see it in the volume.
Okay.
So we know people shorted. Go put sit up here. Okay. Think of it like this. We know we had people short in this area right here on GTEC. I don't ever want to be shorting with the first group of people. I need them to get stopped out and then longs to get in. Longs are now buying this breakout. Also, I'm going to be much more patient today. Why am I going to be more patient? Because they're running tickers like crazy.
Yeah.
They sold Cent down. Volume's decreasing on it. Now you see volume on the 1 minute. That's the biggest volume candle. That's all I'm watching right now is the price. I don't like exactly where we're at right now on GTEC. But the big thing I'm going to watch is volume. Is volume continuing to increase or is it decreasing?
Yep.
So based on that, I can go and I can even scalp the stupid things. And so that's all we're watching now is for a push. Okay, what's the volume going to do right here? I don't see any major capitulation volume telling me that the seller is getting out of this yet. Okay, so and I'm usually I'm pretty patient with subbies because they can do just crazy things. And what's this doing? Exactly what we'd expect.
SINT pushing back up as well.
So let's watch this, okay? I'm going to show you this here, okay? I'm going to start real small and let's see if we can't manage a trade off of this. Okay?
Yep.
Now, if I'm doing this, the other thing I'm going to be doing, I'm going to have no problems taking profits quick either.
Okay.
Okay. And so the big goal here, this order right here is to prove it's a shit order.
Yep.
But it's all about size. I can sit here and talk to you and it means nothing to me. Why do I think this goes higher? Because it hasn't stopped the longs out or hasn't stopped shorts out yet. It probably pushes from right here. So the whole goal is always trading where you just don't care. You can think completely rationally. I think there's a good possibility that since there's a lot of people who bought this bar right here, I'll show you.
Okay.
There's going to be buyers there, so I wouldn't be surprised if this doesn't dip down to this area to get them out real quick and then rock it up. It could just go straight up from right here. But I see volume increasing.
Yep. See, normally this is when I get triggered because I know a short
Boom.
can happen here.
Yep.
So
You see,
So,
so
yeah.
like I'm already out. Okay, great. Now if this thing dies, it dies. It's okay. That's not this type of trade. For me to want to stay in this trade, I need to see shorts get stopped out.
okay.
Why? Because if the institution wants to dilute, which is sell shares into the market, if the institution wants to dilute and sell shares into the market, how do they do it? They have to go where the buyers are so that they can sell to them.
Yep.
And then all you do is like, okay, here's a good example of one. That level we drew on GTEC, previous high, went, got taken out, dumps.
Yep.
Do I care?
Yep.
No, it didn't give me what I really wanted to see. Okay, and I was watching something else. So that's all I'm going to keep doing is watching it.
Okay.
And then in between, GTech, I'll put this up here on my other screen so I'm watching it. I want Cent to go higher. Like I want to see it at $2.95, $3. I want it to squeeze shorts.
Yep.
So DRMA, first thing I'm doing on the daily chart, I'm going in and
180. 230.
yep, and I'm figuring out where are my bag holder levels. Then I go on the 60-minute chart to see if some part of it happened pre-market. This level's actually up here because of pre-market, but there's no volume there. Where are my actual levels at? Right? So I go to DRMA. Bag holder levels, there's going to be a decent amount of them up to $190, $2, $175 to $2.
Okay.
Well, look, we have our first push here. I'm watching volume right here. Is volume going to continue to increase, or is this going to start to halt here? Shorting a bit there, small size. While that's doing it, now I'm looking, U.S. company, biotech, earnings. So all I'm doing is watching it right here around this level. I know I'm wrong right above like the 220, 225 area.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting patient with it. I'm watching the volume. Does the volume continue to come in? The volume's continuing to come in. That was an exhaustion volume. So if this doesn't decide to start dumping here a little bit, I'm going to pull a little bit of size off. But you can tell I'm completely calm, completely patient, and really I don't care if I make money on this or not.
Sure. Okay.
My whole goal is keep the trade a size where I can manage my risk. Volume's getting bigger in the ticker. It's not exhaustive volume, that's growing volume most likely. If that's the case, I don't want to probably overstay my welcome on it.
Okay.
I can tell when my rigor is going to really start diluting. Why? Because there's going to be a huge spike in volume. He's shifting from pushing, so he's selling all of his shares. Now he's going to start shorting. We don't have that yet. So what do I give this probability of this trade? 25%. Could it work? Yeah, it could work because we just had a parabolic. So a lot of people are going to jump in long on these stupid things thinking that this is the next one to do it. Just reduce size. Still in. Now I'm just watching the volume because they're probably going to try and push it. If they're going to try and push it, okay, they can push it. I'm in such a manageable size.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see if it starts to fail. I can reshort it again. We have volume that's continuing to increase right now, which means that they're continuing to push. And we're not at a level I really, really like yet. The only reason I'm considering shorting this area is because of that previous high. We already have longs that have gotten in once, or shorts that have gotten in once. They can potentially get stopped out. You can see I put size back on there. Here, I'll go to a 2 minute or a 1 minute so you can see. So, where am I going to expect buyers? If they're going to rig it, they know there's stops right underneath here.
Mm-hmm.
So, first thing I want to do, I'd want to take some profits right there. Watching the volume. Is selling coming in yet?
Yeah.
Whoop, why did it just do that? Oh, I didn't click the price on the wrong area because I'm trying to show you. 1 second. Well, I got lucky there and took size off, but hey.
Mm-hmm.
Where would I want to see this fail again? In between 156 to like 163, 164. Why? There's going to be stops there. And this is where shorts get nickeled and dimed to death. Me, I'm not getting nickeled and dimed to death because I'm just sitting here and I'm not taking a bunch of losses over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
The whole goal is, when am I wrong on my thesis? That should be the whole goal. Now, why did I just add here? Big volume spike through the high, but the stock didn't go up. Now look, volume coming out of it.
Yeah.
What does that most likely mean? That most likely means my rigger has now changed sides.
From my perspective here, I saw some absorption, like many sellers,
Yep.
and price didn't go down.
Yep. And here's the big thing. I'm looking at this candle right here. This candle right here is showing me volume.
Yep.
I'm going to expect there to be shorts covering the guys who recycle. They're going to be off that wick at 147. That wick at 147, they're going to be covering right there. So we're going to have our first round of shorts covering right there. Buying, buying, buying.
Yep.
Can this thing squeeze? Yeah, most definitely. What will we do? We'll protect our size. Now all I'm watching is the volume.
Okay.
We have that push up, but we don't have the volume behind it. I don't expect there to be a ton of volume until we don't get up to 155 to 158. But if I was along and I saw that few of buyers, I'd think, you know what? There's probably a chance that, there we go. Now there's that previous wick right here on the 2 minute. So what's going to happen? There's going to be shorts that are covering there.
Yep.
I'm going to give it every chance to work for me. And then all now I'm watching is the volume here. Are sellers stepping in? Are they selling into this hard? Now I'm watching the buying. Is the buying coming in? It's a US ticker, so this thing can be known to grind longer than the Chinese tickers. This thing starts to curl. What I'll do is I pull a little bit of my position off and want to put it back on a little bit higher. So all I'm doing right now is just watching. I want to see volume on the sell side come in. You see how other people are taking profits exactly where I'm taking profits? Boom.
Yeah.
I'm out. So now, as this thing goes down, unless the volume really pushes in on this thing, I'm going to start covering as it goes down. It's going to tell me.
Yeah.
I can't predict what the long-term move of this thing's going to be unless it tells me right now, like, I'm going to dump. But what I can predict is the leg of it. This bar right here, you see this 1 minute bar?
Yep.
That was your buyer who was pushing this stock up, selling all of his shares and starting to dilute.
Okay.
He can't lie to you. He can print a bunch of absorption on a tape, but if he can do it with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shares, and you and I can't see it. But what he can't hide is he can't hide the big volume bar right here. He flipped 600,000 shares. Now, you see this bounce. I'm watching the volume on this bounce. That's it. Is the big buyer coming back in?
Possibly.
Yeah, could be. And see, here's the nice thing. I've taken some off, right? So you know the nice thing? I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care now. Why don't I care? Because I have something locked in where now my mental state is completely fine all over again.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to be watching essentially kind of two areas. This general area here. This general area here. Watching the volume. Is volume coming in? Nope, not yet. Volume coming in near this high. See, you see how I'm completely willing to let this thing push against me now? It doesn't phase me one bit.
Yep.
I have full faith that this thing can go all the way up to 220.
Yeah.
And so then by just sitting here and letting the ticker do what it wants to do, I can stay in control.
Okay.
Won't bother me one bit then. You can see I don't have a position size. I don't know what I'm up. I don't know what I'm down. I don't care. All I'm trying to trade right now is the chart. It's going to tell me everything. And what I'm paying real
Yeah.
attention to is how do I feel right now? Is my body tense? Do I care? If I care, I have to pull shares back. If I don't care, I can manage the trade correctly. So they have a bunch of shorts that get in here. Where's their stop going to go? Right through the high.
Yeah.
Boom. Okay, we're through the high. What's happening? What's happening? Is it going to push? Above that bag holder level. See, and so you think of it from the perspective, normally I'd be down a decent amount on the trade, right? I'm
Yeah.
not down a decent amount because I took profits. So at worst, I'm
Yeah.
what? Break even. Okay, great. Now I'm going to watch to see, does this want to push here? If it wants to push here, watch what I'm going to do. Okay? I'm always
Okay.
protecting my profits, or I'm always protecting my position size. This is grinding right now. It could turn into something that moves much faster. I don't want to be sized for this size of volatility. I want to be sized for the volatility that can come in. Just took a little bit off there. If it curls back down around, I'll get out some, or I'll get right back in. See how the bars are going to start getting bigger?
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yep.
not I'm not sized for it to matter. But somewhere around here is where I think if this thing's going to stall, it should stall somewhere around here. If not, notice I've already taken position size off. So I'm back down to like a quarter or a third of my size I want being when it finally starts working for me.
Okay.
I'm purposely trying right now in a way to make this so like this first cover down here around 140. If you notice, a lot of times you'll see a bunch of arrows. I'll trade the legs.
Yeah.
So I'll take most of it off. What I'm trying to show you is like, look how you can manage a trade. I'm in such small size right now that this can't hurt me. This thing could go to $5 and I'd be okay.
Okay.
It's not going to do manageable risk to my account. So I can cut it at any point knowing, hey, okay, so look, now we have a bigger volume bar come in again, right around the level I like. Be real tight with it. Went from a quarter to a third size. If it pushes again, and the reason is I like in between this area and 188. It's pushing again, but what you can see is look at our average. Not bad average.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to weather the storm. Okay, so now I just took my second round of locates. Small size. Can you notice I'm not emotionally attached to this at all?
Yep.
And so right now, okay, let's say you would be in this and you would be in from 158. Would you start to be sweating a little bit?
No, not in that way.
Or would you be nervous yet where it would trigger you?
No, I mean, we haven't managed the position well, so
No. I'm saying,
I
okay,
think
so
we're.
if you're trading your style, right? Let's say you're trading
Mhm.
your style. Would it normally, let's say, have an effect on you?
The thing is, over here, for example, short here, and I probably have closed the short 2 or 3 times
See, and
and
that's
reshorted.
yep, and that's exactly. I'm keeping a little bit of my position on, right? Now notice, I'm not hitting this
Mhm.
side yet. I believe this still can
Yep.
squeeze. I like the area, but I think how it can trap and it can squeeze.
Yep.
So the thing is what am I avoiding? I took profits on my first trade. Now I'm avoiding getting run over. Until this thing shows me some sort of backside, now I'm just staying patient. And the problem is, most people, what does your brain want to do? It wants to get a better average price.
Yep.
So now I'm watching to see, okay, is there going to be a seller that comes in on this ticker? Yep, well, here's our seller. And that's the problem is most people are going to be sized where this right here starts freaking them out. They can't look at a chart right. So what are they going to do? They're going to cover at the very top.
Okay.
So here's what I can do here. Watch this. I can put on just a little bit more. If it starts pushing again, what can I do? That little ad I just put on, I can go and I can just take right back off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now we have a push. Watching this right here. Push, volume. Now we just sit patient.
Mm-hmm.
If it wants to push again, what do? Take that small size back off. If it starts confirming
Mm-hmm.
doing what we think it should do, we're going to go and add our position. But what I'm not doing is taking a million paper cuts here. I don't know if I'm up or down, but we've had this position going against us a majority of the time. And I guarantee you we're pretty close to probably break even. And it just comes from the managing it, taking a little paper cut, keeping a core position, and knowing that eventually this is most likely going to exhaust. Added.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm into.
If it's going to squeeze, it'll probably do it right here. What am I watching now? I'm watching the volume. Is that bounce up showing that there's a buyer? Nope. Boom. Whee. If it's going to squeeze, it'll squeeze right here. Why? We have the previous shorts that were shortened at 154 to 158. We had that 154 level I drew. I'm going to take a little bit of profit at 154.
Okay.
And then if it doesn't start dumping and it keeps doing this grinding action, what am I going to know? This ticker has the potential to go parabolic. Then I'm going to really start pulling the size to protect myself.
Okay.
And what's the worst
So
that happens?
you're always looking for short, right? You
I
basically
do
don't
I
trade
do
longs.
both. But if it's just a
Okay.
shit company, and I'm like, okay, this is a shit company, then I'm
Hmm.
kind of, always like, all right, this is it. I'm a lot more short biased than I am long biased.
Hmm.
I'm gonna want to see this thing up around $4 and have it just be just a broken short, and then I'll be like, you know what? Shorts have been scaling in this whole way up, not managing risk. They're extremely emotional now. What can happen? Right? And basically you can see this chart. Is this chart going to keep acting and behaving super, 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 what's the word I want to use here?
Hmm.
This is the level right here. So we're just watching this level. If I take a little hit on it, okay, great. I take a little hit on my ads. But my ads and my size is always coming, and I'm always peeling the size off. So now we're watching volume. Is volume going to increase? If volume is going to start increasing, we know something here. He's still buying. If volume doesn't come in majorly, okay, great. Then we know that, hey, he's going to flip and now he's a seller. The volume is going to tell you when he flips. And we haven't seen a crazy flip yet. That's why we're seeing the grind. Longs are going to start buying this dip right here. Previous high,
Hmm.
previous short, short there. Problem is, here's what normally happens. Most people take a million paper cuts by the time they get to this point. So the best that's going to happen is the trade's going to make them a little bit of money.
Yeah, that happens to me. Or it gets me break even, or a little bit of money without edge,
Yep.
or it blew off my day.
Yep. So on this push down, I'm going to watch volume come into this now.
Hmm.
It's got break 157. Boom. There you go. So 154, 153, I'm going to take a little bit off.
Okay.
See, the one thing I don't like how low a volume that push down was. But now what I get to do is I get to watch, does the volume come back in on the way up? If the answer is no, then we know we're in the right trade.
Yeah.
If not, the nice thing is I'm not going to be taking a million tiny little paper cuts on the way up. I'm going to take one loss. Because the big question we have to ask ourselves is, am I wrong on the theory yet that most stocks fail decently quick? No, I don't think so. I think this is a perfectly appropriate time.
Yeah. Now here the buyers are a little bit
Your shorts
worried,
right here, your shorts here are covering. So you're going to have people, you see how it's below this previous bar right here?
Yep.
Shorts are going to be putting orders in there. And then you got to remember, there were a ton of shorts. There were a ton of shorts who shorted in between here and here. It's a previous high. I'm gonna expect a bounce here because those old shorts are going to be covering. Now we just have to watch. Are they really going to start getting squeezed? Because if the answer is yes, we're not going to want to stick around for it. Right now, the volume's not telling me that they're getting run over yet. If they are, okay. But what you see is I've been managing my risk to a point where if I do take a hit on this, it's one hit, not 5 hits over and over again. And then think about this. I took profits here.
Yeah.
If I hadn't taken profits here, that's where you start getting yourself into trouble. If you're looking at a 1-minute chart, this area right here is going to be a big level. In between here and here is going to be a big level because there's been a lot of buying and selling there. A lot of people bought up there on the 1-minute. So when it gets back up there, what are they going to do? They're going to become sellers. They're going to say, oh man, I thought this thing was going to break out. They held through it. It comes back up to that level. They get out of the way. The one thing I don't like is we don't have a seller showing yet.
Yeah.
But you can tell I'm able to say what I like, what I don't like, keep composure, keep calm. If the trade works, it works. If it doesn't, well, okay, I move on to the next one. But I know if I manage 100 trades like this, I'm going to be profitable. I'm going to be profitable often. Boom. There we go. Out a third.
Yeah.
Right to the penny. Now, because we've taken profits once or twice, I can almost promise you that if we get stopped out of this trade, it will be, I don't really ever want to lose more than like 3R on a trade. I can promise you right now, if we were to lose on this trade with this original position, or realistically, I don't think we in this trade right now, I don't think we'd be down more than 0.5 R. And if I can get 0.5 R out of the trade, awesome. It's probably most of the times, like if I get a stock that pops up and just dies right away, yeah, I get great return. But the stocks that are a pain in the ass, if I can just manage it where I can make some money out of it or not get run over, you have to think.
Yeah.
The average person got ran over this first go around in between, let's say, 126 to 136. Then they got ran over from 143 up again. And then they just got ran over the third time.
Yeah.
That hasn't happened to us. And the nice thing is, this hasn't been one of those trades that's like super easy. So, what are you thinking right now? What's going through your brain?
No, that's great because I understand the first approach, which is take the profit and
Yep.
then let it let it pump. Uh, the higher the better, but as soon as it goes higher, you start cutting off your trade to reduce the exposure, but is only covering a little part of your profits that you already took. So as soon
Yeah,
as
like
it goes higher, is much better because you can re-enter easily.
yeah, and the big reason I do it, it's keeping me emotionally intact.
Mm-hmm.
To the point where like I have that up on another screen, but I'm over here looking at other tickers.
Yep.
OFAL, that has a bag holder level. So, just to keep me aware of it, here's what I do. I go, put a line right there. Then what I do, I put an alert on it. Now, you see how it was grinding up? It's grinding down right now. DRMA is. You want to pay attention to that. When it's grinding up and it's grinding down, what do you expect? You should expect that you're probably not going to get a huge dump out of it.
Mm-hmm.
What it does up and what it's doing right now is most likely what it's going to continue doing.
Yeah.
That's completely okay. Because here's the thing, okay? You know the tickers I get in? The tickers I get in
Mm-hmm.
that dump right away, I don't ever have the opportunity to sit there and take these small profits like this. I get in, it rolls over, and it just starts dumping. And I know, okay, this is one of those tickers that I can hold. It tells me right away. This ticker's not telling me that. It's telling me how I have to trade it, which is this way. And I don't like trading tickers this way.
Okay.
So now the big thing you want to pay attention to is your mind. What's your body? Your body is going to tell you what your mind's feeling. Is your body comfortable? Is it relaxed? Is it tense? Does it care? If the answer is yes to any of those, I don't care if you're trading 5 shares, go down to 2. Right? The size to
Yeah.
me, like that's the one thing that's always pissed me off is everyone like tries to post and like make it seem like this big deal with this big size and this big amount of money. Look at the lines on the chart and the arrows. The size means nothing. A trade is a trade. This is the big area because up, down. So right here, for it to break this area, if it breaks this area, it can go down to 147. Then like 141 area. Then it would go down to 136.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be right back, okay?
Yep.
So what are you thinking right now?
Well, I feel a little bit of anxiety.
Okay. Okay, so now here's what you have to imagine, right?
Yeah.
Most people, what they don't do is this is what Marcus Aurelius would tell you. Imagine the worst case scenario. The ticker squeezes, right?
Yes.
Guess what? Brother, you have complete control over that. You got to remember that. You have complete control over that with your sizing and your stop loss. So just imagine this thing squeezing right now all the way up to $4. It's not going to affect you.
Yeah.
It can't hurt you. What our worries in life usually are, okay? Our worries in life are usually nothing more than a lack of reality. They're what we imagine they could be. Well, imagine the worst case scenario. Imagine that you can control that worst case scenario very easily by taking a manageable loss. Why am I taking profits quicker on this? It's telling me to.
Yeah.
The ticker's not selling down. So what's it allow me to do? It allows me to go then and trade the ticker as I should.
Okay.
It keeps me calm. It keeps me centered. Keeps me not caring. And the reason you're getting anxiety is because of what happened to you yesterday, okay? So your whole goal is to protect that by thinking this way in a trade all the time. Why am I thinking this way? Because look at this price action right here. This is a grinder. It can dump. It very potentially can dump. But here's what we know. The tickers that do this, they grind. We're fast profits on grinders. Tickers that just go
Yeah.
down and go down. Go look at GTEC. After that first, here, I'll pull it up real quick. You don't have to take your eyes off of it. You see what GTEC did here?
Yeah.
Up, down, up, die.
Yeah.
I'm going to be out half or a third right here. See this bounce and it comes back through here? I'm probably going to put trade shares back on. You see how it comes down here, bounces up here? I'm going to add and I'm going to short more right there. That ticker is telling us something completely different than DRMA. It doesn't mean DRMA can't die. It can die just as easily as the rest. But guess what? A grinder, a stock that goes parabolic, usually grinds.
Mm-hmm.
And the shorts didn't listen. A lot of the problem is they've been scaling in from right here. They haven't taken any profits. They want to get out with the profit or break even. So all of a sudden, They're stuck in this and grinding now up around 162 to 172. They never got out. Now they're going to go get ripped on a squeeze. Can't happen to us. Why? We didn't get greedy. We just traded what the chart told us.
Yeah.
It's the first type of trade. Not every trade is going to give me a big profit. I just want to be able to recognize the ticker that can run me over. One thing is happening here that I do like. So far, this push up on this bounce is showing that there's not a ton of volume on it. Because we're at the point now where if the ticker is going to go sideways and grind up in between highs and lows, it's probably going to catch some shorts off guard. So then what will we do? We'll wait for the blowout.
Yeah.
And that's the thing you have to understand. Every trade you get into, you're just trading what you know currently about the ticker. You're going to be profitable based on one, the tickers that do die, right? One, the tickers that do die, but two, how you manage the tickers that don't.
And DRMA actually is the perfect example of what happens to me, because in other in other scenario, I should have made like 30 trades right there with a big loss carrying,
Yeah.
and probably would have been short from 165 around, but I'm still holding, and my only hope is that this fades on up to 135 to make my losses back. But if it rips all the shorts, I would have hit
You know where
my
that comes
max low.
you know where that comes from? Greed.
Where hmm
Greed. That's it. That's it. That's what kills sexy short sellers. He's always got so much size of stock. He gets in while this thing's scaling against him. It's going to have to die or give him a good move. The problem is this ticker that doesn't do that takes everything you've made back and then some.
Yeah.
This ticker is telling us what type of ticker it is. It's coming to levels, it's holding levels, it's bouncing off levels. It doesn't mean it's not going to die. It means this isn't really a one-sided trade. It's a two-sided trade. Longs are making money here.
Yeah.
And it'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see if we make money or lose money on this trade. If I lost a little bit on this trade, I wouldn't even care. Why? Because I've managed it well. I haven't taken a million paper cuts with big size. I'm not getting in any sort of big size until I'm seeing this turn right here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Cover some. Look, okay, so let's say my average right up here is 152. 162, 163. I go and I pull some off. I'm not pulling all of it off because then that big loss is what can affect me. Now, if I think this is going to push, it's coming back to my break even, right?
Yeah.
If I was feeling uncomfortable, you know what I could do here?
What?
Pull some off at this 160 because that's my average and want to try and hit it harder at 165 to 168. Oh, but what happens if it dies right away? Well, I have to imagine the worst case scenario. And I have to be willing, 100% willing to take a loss on it, which I am. People in rooms who run rooms, they don't teach this because what's really managing isn't the trade. It's me managing my mind. HYLN is gone from 390 to 490. I know that's got to be a bigger float. So let's see here. Okay, so where's our next levels? We have levels in between here, all the way up to 172. I'm gonna manage this a
Yeah.
little bit more. I'm gonna manage this not as tight, right? And let's see. Let's see if this takes a loss, how big of a loss it would really be.
Mm.
Watching the volume come in. But is this surprising us that it's going up right now? No, it grinded back down. What do we expect it to do? The same damn thing on the way up. Do you see what I mean by the grinding part too?
Yeah.
This area right here. It's not big sell off, it's a grind. It's going to do the same thing on the way back up. I should be reducing size right here, but I'm literally going to trade this thing not perfect, and I'm going to show you exactly what can happen. I'm 100% willing and honestly, in a way, trying to hope I can take a little bit of a loss here for you so I can show when it's managed well and unemotional. We're trading the chart, what it says, how we can mitigate losing a big portion.
Okay.
Now, what I'm watching here is the size of this red bar. This thing's going to dump. It should be starting right here.
Do you check like the percentage of extensions? Like for example, is 38% just by simple statistics? You could. I know it's a grindy on the price action,
Yep.
but also there's more edge for the buyers because it doesn't have enough extension, right? Otherwise, instead of being at the 100% or 80% that it has a decent extension, it could be easier for the short sellers to get in.
130% is where your real level, in between 100 and 130% on a US stock, is where you're usually going to find a major turn or a major top.
Yeah.
That's where we're usually going to find them. And yeah, and that's the thing is this is based off of earnings. So whenever I see like earnings, I normally see a pop and then you're going to see a dump.
Yeah.
So when it's earnings related, I can expect there to be some buying, gets into bag holder level, and then it just dumps. Here's that 152 level again. So I'm littering some orders out here from 149, 148, 147 in case it gives us a flush. If not, we know the tickers that go parabolic grind, get people stuck in it, and then go up.
Mm-hmm.
So you give me your thoughts right now. What are you thinking about this ticker? What's going through your mind?
Basically, if I were in short, probably I'm not thinking in touch it anymore unless if we have another spike, and I will check the volume
Yep.
to see if the buyers are still interested to push it up more,
Yep.
or I will try to look for a fake breakout at the 170, and let's see what happens there.
I like it. I like it. Now here's the big thing. If we get a fake breakout at 170, you know the big thing I'm going to be looking for?
What?
How long it consolidates for before that fake breakout.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because if we see a consolidation around the 160, 165, I don't like it. I want people buying 2 or 3 candles and then the 170.
Now, do you know why you want people buying in 2 or 3 candles?
Why?
You got to think about this. Because where does your strength in trading come from?
The fear?
Being in control of your emotions. Shorts
Yep.
are scared, so they're going to stop out. Longs are scared, or longs are greedy. They're feeling like they're going to miss out.
Mm-hmm. Normally, sellers here will get the FOMO and they will start shorting.
Yep. Yes. You're 100% right.
But for me, what I think is, yeah, you could be right here, and it could be the breakdown and go down to 140, 135, 130. But the thing is, you have more exposure because if in case it goes high, you have 20 cents or even more for a possible squeeze against you. So your risk reward there is less than, I'll say less than 1 on 1 because you have to pay lockets and fees and commissions. So for me, there's no edge in that trade to get short right now.
The only time there'd be edge for me to get short in this is, let's say my average is 168. We get a pop up to 157, 158. It stalls there. I could go and
Mhm.
add there.
Yeah, that makes sense
Yep.
because you have only the high of day,
Or
maybe a little bit more.
or you see me do it often as well in some of the charts you'll see me post online. It's not grinding, it's shooting down.
Mhm.
I
Yep.
know there's a big seller and there's buyers trapped. I'll add the whole way down on those. That's the
Mhm.
other time I do it. Why? Because I'm just trading what the chart's telling me.
Yeah.
And then what I'm constantly doing is I'm looking at the other tickers popping up. Why is this one losing love? Because BOXL is popping up now. So I want you to do this one. Are you in DRMA right now or no?
Yeah, you have like 5 shares.
Okay. So if you weren't in this, what I would tell you now is, so I'll keep this right here. Okay, BOXL. Boom. 28 million share bag holder level right here from this day over here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go BOXL and see, look, this situation with DRMA doesn't surprise me one bit.
Yep.
Why? It's grinding. All these people sit there and they
Yep.
go get whacked on it like a major loss. And they're like, oh, I took a major loss. And I'm like, how? It's telling you the whole time what it wants to do.
Yep.
So I'm going over to BOXL. And I know in BOXL, the bag holder level in BOXL is all the way in between $5.65 and $8. Realistically, those $6 is a big area. So I'm going to BOXL and at $5.25, $5.25, I'm putting a line right around there so I can start looking at it. And then I just go and I place an alert. Now I can go back to DRMA. The more money flow that we can get going into BOXL, the better off we are. And here's the other thing you got to think about, okay? We're in this ticker that's just grinding, right? You have to think of two things: your mental capacity, and that's taking your mental capacity sitting in this. The second thing you got to think about is the fact that an opportunity could pop up that you miss because you're messing with this ticker. Those two things have saved me a million times over.
Yeah.
I want more than 10 cents out of this ticker, but guess what? It doesn't matter what I want. See, the volume's dead on this now. This is a decision point.
Yep.
Man, they killed PLAG. Wow. Look at
Yeah, a
that.
lot of
Yeah, you
people
got shorts
love.
that just got ran over, blew up their accounts today, only for it to end up back where it was.
Yeah.
It was the only ticker really moving up during market hours, so that's how I knew. I was like, this thing's probably going to go close to end of the day. I'll tell you what, man, I hate these grinding tickers. So, explain what you're thinking. What's your mind thinking right now? Are you tense? Are you wondering what's going to happen? Do you care what happens?
No, I'm relaxed. I mean, BOXL I don't want to touch it for now.
Which one?
BOXL, for example,
Yep.
I think it's grindy right now. I think I need more extension for it.
You need shorts that are
And
shorting the early shorts that are shorting in between 380 to 420. They become
yeah,
buyers at some point in that chart. The best trades always come after the buyers get
exactly.
stopped at. When the buyers become sellers. How does that happen? Shorts are no longer in the ticker and the longs are trapped. They then become sellers. Why is this doing this right now? Because we have shorts caught from the first leg and buyers at an equilibrium. Buyers caught from up
Exactly.
top, sellers caught from that first leg down. It's not emotional.
So, for example, BOXL right now, sellers, the first short sellers are becoming buyers.
Yes.
So it's totally the opposite.
Volume's telling me on DRMA that this is going to make a big move one way or I don't want to say big move. It's going to make a directional move one way or another shortly because volume has completely come out of it.
Mm.
Remember, a market only moves from one side being in pain.
Yep.
If I had to guess right now on DRMA, it's going to be a quick move to the downside. Could be 100% wrong. So, what are the big triggers that get you emotionally triggered?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, BOXL.
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
So here are sellers being buyers. So I'm not planning to touch it here.
I want to wait for this to get up into the bag holder area, which is going to be from
Okay.
530 plus. It probably
Okay,
doesn't
I
get
got you.
it probably doesn't get up there, but hey, one thing I want to know is this American or is this Chinese? It's called Box Light. It says US. So I go to filings. The owner's name is Mark Luchon and Nance Henry.
Okay.
Biggest volume bar coming through that high on BOXL. Low volume.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, some orders getting filled on DRMA. So now I'm not taking, now my stop for the rest of this DRMA, it's going to break even.
Okay.
Where are you
Which is
watching?
mental because there's no stop in the.
Yeah, what are you watching right now?
Well, I'm watching DRMA and BOXL,
Okay. What are you
but not
thinking with
doing anything.
BOXL?
Sorry.
What are you thinking with BOXL?
Um. Well, I don't see too much
I don't like the area we're
volume
in
on the
now.
buyers.
Yep.
Yeah, I want it higher.
Yep. I want it at least 515 or so. That previous high, that's where I know other people are going to be doing battle.
Yeah, but I want to see also buyers getting in, like the short sellers getting in, like the buyers became sellers.
Yep. Okay, now, let me give you my opinion on DRMA.
Yep.
Weak volume.
Hmm.
There's no real panic here.
Yeah.
So I could leave it to chance, or I can go put orders there, move on to something else, and it's going to pay me regardless. But
Yeah.
DRMA is getting more volume. I really hope this thing doesn't die here. Oh, XHLD, good old XHLD. Now that ticker for people has been a major pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Since box sell is a bit higher priced, I'll zoom out of this thing. And what I'll do is I'll go find the actual levels of where the
Okay.
shorts are caught this day, or where the longs are caught this day. Now, remember,
Until what time you normally trade after hours?
depends on if it's active or not.
Okay.
If I can make money, this is how I make my living. So I'll stay and work. You know, midday is when I'm normally getting away from the computer.
Okay.
After box L, I would bet that it probably gets pretty slow.
Hmm.
DRMA is curling with no volume. I'm out the trade simply so I can focus on this one because that's paid me and I don't care anymore.
Okay.
BOXL watching the volume. Really want this thing to push. Come on, catch the longs here, or catch some shorts here. Volume's not coming into it there. That push up, see if it does it this next one. Also, very low sell volume on the pullbacks. What about you? When do you usually trade till?
Normally, 8 8 a.m. I don't
Okay.
trade too much pre-market because
Yep.
I don't like to short pre-market because as you were mentioning, you just need one parabolic to wipe you off.
Real
So
quick, you know the other real interesting thing? It
what?
is amazing how expensive locates are pre-market from all the European traders.
Yeah,
They are ridiculous pre-market.
yeah, yeah. I don't know if they have some like quant or something working that as soon as people start looking for more locates, they increase the price exponentially. I don't know.
I mean, the locates get ridiculous.
Hmm.
So now think the market usually will only do something 3 times. So you can count your legs. Box L, 1. This is 2. I don't like shorting the first leg. Like you said on box L the first time. You want to see more extension.
Yep.
So now what I'm gonna watch is if volume comes in here. Is volume coming in? Nope.
Also, something that I have been avoiding
Yep.
for short is when in daily time frame I see some or the starting of an uptrend, like consolidation and then a breakout in daily candles,
Yep.
like BOXL.
Oh, look at DRMA.
Yep, there it is.
Now we're seeing some volume come in on BOXL.
Hmm. Opposite, like
But you see how we could pick that just by watching the volume on that last push up to 460, how no volume came in. I said
yeah,
there's no volume. The volume will
yeah,
never, ever, ever lie to you. Ever. They
yeah.
can manipulate price all over the place. And see, all this is no, this is 350,000 shares. This could be 1 or 2 shorts getting caught here.
Yeah.
Could honestly probably short right around here in this ticker and make money off of it. So you short 8 a.m. and then when's the next time you short? Or you said 8 a.m. and then when are you normally done? Oh, you there?
Uh, hey, can you hear me?
Yep.
Can you hear me? Okay, I think I don't know what happened. Yeah. I don't short at 8 a.m.,
Okay.
but normally I start doing my plan. I start seeing the markets and see what's running,
Yep.
and I start seeing like elaborating my my game plan. I stop around 11,
Okay. And then
and I go to I stop trading basically. I get off the screens, or if I need to be in the computer, I basically close the softwares
okay.
until 3:45,
And what
and
time do
then
you
3:45
Yeah.
3:45 p.m. I came back, and until 5:30, until the volume, until I don't see anything, but mostly it's 5:30,
Okay.
and then I do my journaling. And yep,
So one of the big things I
basically,
always ask myself is this: what did you improve on today?
yep.
So, and that's the big thing. Like today, what did you improve on?
Um, Labeling better stocks. Like for example, I don't have to treat same a grinder than a normal stock. So I'm not gonna take profit same. Maybe I could enter at the same price or at the same level, but I cannot or I shouldn't be holding a grinder because it can
The
it
grinder
can be
turn
tricky.
the grinder turns into a lot of times turns into the parabolic.
Exactly.
And that's exactly what this did. This just caught people off guard.
Yep.
And so that's I mean, it's one of the biggest things I've learned in trading is like how often are you covering at the exact top before it goes down? Pretty much every time.
Yep.
And
Yep.
that's
Totally.
I think that's one of the biggest things people struggle with is they try to trade every ticker the same.
Exactly. And no. Actually, something that I've been like realizing what I'm trading very well is I'm not focused. I don't put my focus on the main stock of the day. I probably put my focus on the second or third one, which the fade already happened,
Yep.
and I'm just shorting a bounce at the pre-market high as a gap and crab or as a short into resistance,
Yep.
with not too much volume. When normally people and me get trapped is you are trading the top one in the scanners. So all attention is there, all big players are there, and probably it's gonna be tricky. So unless if you have the mentality as we were talking about here on DRMA, you are playing, yes, but you are not holding, you are not having the intention to hold the rest of the day, because you can hold and maybe it's going to work and then you have a perfect fade. But as you said, when it doesn't happen, which is, I could say more than 60% of the time, the, the main one on the scanner, it could be just a grinder and it could go parabolic. And that will you will give back a lot of profits in that stock.
Yeah, man. And that's the way to really look at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. For example, here I will short the RMA and hold, but I will be able to hold until maybe 190, 195. So maybe 20 cents, but I'm gonna get here. I'm expecting here a whole fade. So
So exactly.
maybe
So okay,
185.
this thing's been a grinder, right? So since this thing's been
Yep.
a grinder, the way I'm trading it, right? I'm watching the pushes up. I'm watching what this is doing. this thing to me right now,
Yep.
the one thing I like about it is the big pop. If this thing starts going sideways here and starts going up, you just get out of the way.
Oh yeah, immediately.
100%. And
But
you can see I scalped. So I scalped it once already.
yep.
Okay. The big thing exactly, like this right now is going to tell you what this wants to become. And
Exactly.
this is where the problem is the people who don't take profits, this is where they're screwed right now.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to trade this ticker this way. It told me to trade it this way.
Yep.
Right before you get off, let me know, and we're going to go through and we're going to review this DRMA chart. And go ahead and look. Okay, look. That stock was against us a majority of the time, right? With that shit entry. 0.44R. It's not a ton of money, but I made $440 on it, dude.
Yep.
400, like, I don't care what anyone else says. Like, I see people that make like 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 on trade, but then you go see at the end of the month and they're up like 10K for the month. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, you're getting 5,000 wins, 5,000 losses, and you essentially are up 10 to 20K on the month. Man, give me $1,400,000, 500, 300, 200, $500 base hits. You know JD?
JD, no.
JD, the trader that you were talking about on Twitter, right?
Okay, yep.
JD Jew. Okay, you know how he made $1 million last year? A majority of his days are up 1,000, up 1,500. You know what that means? A majority of his trades are making him $300, $400, $500. You know what he just does really well over and over again? The opposite of what you see the people like Edu trades and like those guys do, because here's the problem, man. They're willing to take big heat on positions. You saw it the other day. Edu Trades gave back like 20% of his entire year on one trade. Why? Because when he shorts, he doesn't run a stop ever. He doesn't minimize size. He can do that though, because he may make $1 million trading, right? He probably makes 3 million on the room. He's a content creator. He is an educator. He is not a trader.
Yeah.
You know all those guys in that room I was telling you about? We all trade pretty much the same, man. It's pretty boring, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you think about this.
Yeah, because,
think about
for
this.
Example,
I'm just going to say this one thing, okay?
Sure.
If you made $5 on this trade, okay? $5.
Yep.
But you take 4 trades a day. In 2 weeks, you're going to be making 25, or you're going to be making $7 or $6. And then another 2 weeks from now, you're going to be making $8. Then another 2 weeks from then, you're going to be making $9. Well, here's the thing. Before you know it, brother, you're not working for anyone else anymore. This is real trading. It is a boring, monotonous, not home run game. But go look at this live stream real quick, right?
Yep.
I hate having this where it slightly goes down. Absolutely hate it. It's not a straight line and it drives me nuts. 1 second, let me make it straight. Is that straight? Yep, that's straight. Okay.
Yep.
All we did was drew levels based on arrows.
Yeah.
And levels here. We knew this used to be the old previous high area because look, up, down, up, down. Look what we did. Okay.
Yep.
Sorted here, took profits. It's going against us. It came through the high. I let it go through the high the first time. Didn't cover. The second time it goes through, I cover some. Then we come up. We see the volume we like. We watch it push. We watch it fail. We short more. I'm not shorting up here. I'm waiting. It comes up here again. Tries. Fails. It tried a third time. Once it failed that third time, add. We have the previous line. I'm not getting greedy with it. It had the previous line. I put an order there. Went below, couldn't make it to the other one. I wanted to lighten up a bit. We were looking at box sell or whatever over here. We didn't reshort. Look, comes down to this previous line. All the volume disappears. And what did we say? Hey, look, you know, one of these guys that has bigger size in here and hasn't taken profits, there's no volume. If he's going to get out or they're going to squeeze him out, this thing can pop hard and fast. So what did it do? Came through here. Look at this again. Okay, watch. Came up, failed. I let it come up one more time, failed. I shorted some. This previous area is a high. I take some profits there. Complete emotional control, not too much size, not a massive drawdown, draw up, not taking a million paper cuts. Not when I'm taking a cover on this position, I'm covering my above my initial base position that I would be okay with it going to 185, 190 without me. Because what's going to happen is if I'm taking a million full-size paper cuts over and over again, there's no profit in that. A majority of the time, this trade was going against us. We survived long enough to get the leg down that the stock was going to give us. But look what it did. We're just listening to what the stock was telling us, and we look like geniuses when we go and look at that chart.
Yeah.
It's like, man, how did you know exactly where to cover? Well, it was going down. There was no volume. It came to that previous level. Previous shorts are probably going to buy back there. These are all things that I know you already. The only reason I offered to help you is because I already saw your charts. I already saw you knew where you were shorting in the right areas.
Yeah.
So what's the only thing that needs to change? One, you have to listen to the chart. Well, where does that come from? That comes from emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
Okay, emotional intelligence. So emotions. Then managing the trade so that you're never physically and mentally strained. I'm paying attention to my body all the time. If my body's tense, my brain's telling me something already about it, because this is not a game of learning more about charts.
Yeah.
You have to look at yourself as one thing. You're only going to make money. And this is coming from a guy who's 40 years old, dude, with a neck tattoo and tattooed all over the place. And at one point in my life, I was crazy. It only comes from being 100% just emotionally in control all the time. Well, the nice thing is 90% of the markets spend all their time learning technical analysis. They think that's the key. They lose all their money to the people like me, JD, and those other people, while they're learning technical analysis, when really all we've learned is how to manage our mind and keep ourselves out of trouble. Don't get me wrong. When I finally get caught in a stock, my loss is going to be bigger than my wins, but it's not by a great amount. So that's all you have to focus on, is that one little thing, and you have to see the shift. These guys in that room that you see making 30, 40, 50, $100,000 in a day, they're not trading. Like, let's say they are buying this 148, 150. They're completely out by 170, 172. They're not holding any of this. They got their leg out of it. It did what they expected it to do. They're just doing it with 50,000, 100,000 shares. I'm just doing it with 2,500 on most of these because I don't have any conviction. And here's my biggest issue. I do this full time. So you know what my problem is? I have to make withdrawals. So when I'm making withdrawals, my account can't continue to grow at a rapid rate. JD's 30 years old. He lives at his mom's house.
Yeah.
So you look at your $3,000 account. That's not bad. You have to realize if you could pull 1% out of that every single day for a trading year, you're going to have a $60,000 account after a year. You have to learn to do the math.
Yeah.
And that's where these educators, if when they teach this stuff, it does not get them followers. It does not get them likes, and it does not get them a room that is massive, so they don't teach it.
Yeah.
This is real trading. Look, we wanted to hold for longer, but at the end of the day, guess what? We're not sweating right now. We made money and the ticker, and we are completely ready for whatever next trade gives us.
Hmm.
Also, how do we know to trade this way? Because we've seen at least one or two of these after hours do this.
Yeah.
So the ticker that got you yesterday, which ticker was that?
THH.
THH. Okay, so THH is right here. Okay. You
Yep.
trade the 1 minute, right?
Um, I tried to do 5, but yeah. Yesterday I did a 1 minute.
Okay, most of the time I'm trading the 2 minute because the 1 minute makes me too emotional. So
Hmm.
I'm going to go to the 1 minute and we're going to analyze this. Okay. Where did you get in the position at? Well, let's go bar by bar, okay?
Hmm.
We have a squeeze here, squeeze here.
I'm not watching the
Oh, okay, okay.
chart.
Which one are you watching right now? Are you watching DRMA?
Yeah, the RMA on your screen. Yep.
Wait, is it still on my screen?
Yep.
Oh man, that's got to be lagging bad.
Yeah, let me see. Okay, I got you. THH.
Okay. You know where the real signal is for me?
Where?
That massive on that spike back up
Hmm.
where it tops at 460 for whatever. You see that massive volume bar?
Yep.
That's your seller.
Hmm.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
short because that big bar came in. I wouldn't short there. You know the push, how it pushed back down over the next 2 minutes, then came back up,
Yeah.
comes back up on no volume. You know what else I noticed there?
What?
If you're on the 1 minute, there's only like three or four green bars that are big buy volume. What are all the other? They're sell volume. Anyone who is buying high in that area, because the big bar is the 15-16 bar. I don't know what that's the market time is 15-16. That's the curl that longs are going to get long in. That's where they're going to get hit. That's why you get that big red bar down. There's so many people bagged there that when it gets back up there, they're going to do everything they can to get out.
Yeah.
So walk me through, and here's the problem. This is the ticker that can make a person super emotional
Yeah, definitely.
because
That
it's just
happened.
massive up, massive down, massive up. My big worry, you know why I didn't want to take it?
Why?
Close to close. What happens if they halt this thing up at 5.10 and open it up at $7?
Yeah. Big squeeze.
Yeah, real big, real quick too.
You are not able to short to cover as a stop. So probably it would be a lot of margin calls next morning.
So you think the biggest thing, the biggest thing I'm always thinking is is this going to give me the opportunity to get out? Like a lot of people wouldn't short box L right here. The 425 stop, the volume coming super low, all those longs trapped from above. This is the type of ticker that dies. So if I had that position on from up top and I covered any down here, I would start shorting every single pop on this stupid thing. This ticker's telling a way different story though than THH. Look, THH is still grinding. So now what do I need to see? I need to see shorts just get, the shorts that are in from $1.35 didn't cover down at 152 because they trade way, they want this massive move. I want to see them just get blown out. Then I go and I get my trade on again. The trading, the hardest part about trading is trading doesn't come from you taking trades. It comes from you sitting and waiting. That's all that has to happen is they just have to get blown out now. And that's what we're seeing happen right now. And usually what's going to end up happening, there's going to be a massive volume candle where your final shorts just get squeezed so hard. And if it doesn't, if it rolls over right here, okay, it rolls over right here. But what's going to end up happening is you're going to get that massive volume candle where you get the squeeze, right?
Yeah.
And when you get that squeeze, what's going to end up happening? Is you're going to end up seeing the volume come in that shows your rigger who's been accumulating and pushing this the whole time. He's going to dump his whole position on them. Then when he dumps his whole position on them, he's going to flip short.
Yeah.
Unless he has another person in with him, that's where it gets hard with the volume, because what's happening is he'll be shorting right now and that rigger's pushing up harder. But what he's doing is they have a separate account building a position right now short. So, like we said,
for example,
yep.
yeah, definitely right there. I will be waiting. I mean, it's 6 p.m., right? So probably at this time, I'll say no. I think it's time to go and let's see tomorrow.
Yep.
If we would be like 9:30, 9:45, or maybe 10:30, I'll say yeah, I need to wait a little bit more. But uh, regarding like the traders that make real money, so majority, let's say 90% of the year, they're making 1,500, 2,500, 3,500, 4, 5K maybe, one day 10. But on the days of 50, 100, 300,000, what happened? What's the switch to have those days that they don't lose 300K, they don't lose 100K, but they make 300K, and the rest of the year they still making small money, as you said. But what is the switcher
Okay,
for?
well, what happens if every ticker we have? Okay, so watch this right now. What happens if every ticker we have pops up and fades? We go through market cycles like that. We go through market cycles like that often.
Yep.
That might be our top. We go through market cycles like that often. Well, what causes that? Okay, when the market's doing one thing repeatedly over and over again. Or here was one that we got paid on the other day. Here, I'll show you a ticker you make a shitload of money on.
Yep.
Why? Because if you're patient and you're waiting, this is my setup right here. This is a mega cap, brother. This is a mega cap. This ain't doing this forever. It's a mega cap. There wasn't enough liquidity. There was a hedge fund stuck, and they were forced to cover getting out. That's all this
Okay.
was.
Yep.
The room made a killing on this. So watch what ends up happening here. What do you notice about this bar? Comes up, you get the blow off. Once you get the blow off,
Yep.
most people start shorting here at 61.
Yep.
But here's the thing. When you get this big of a cover down, all of a sudden it bounces up, covers down. What do? You add you just double your position, triple your position.
Yep.
Comes down here, bounces. What do? You add to your position. Where are you going to cover? Everyone's going to cover right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lead it. So I'm going to be covering right here. Then you can see how light this bounces. You get the pop, you get the push down, and you short more right here. The ticker's screaming at you. It's a parabolic. You have a mega cap go from 30, the mega cap goes from $22 all the way up to 69. That's just a squeeze. You get tickers like that. And when you get tickers like that, you know the opportunity, you're going to capitalize on it.
Yeah. So they basically made their money not in the small cap, but in the mid or big caps when they act as a small cap.
No, go look
right?
at, okay, here's one for you. Go look at the ticker. What's it called? The ticker that I have pinned on my, go look at the ticker that I have pinned on my,
Your X.
yeah. I make more on that
Okay,
ticker.
that's
I make more on that ticker than I make in like the average 2 weeks.
okay. Let's see.
I could understand what the rigger wanted to do. He wanted to hold it to the close. Even better,
Yep.
he poked it through the high.
Yeah, CYBT.
I just kept on adding
Okay.
and adding and adding and adding. So, if I'm starting with 1,000 shares, and all of a sudden that fourth ad is now 4,000 shares, and all of a sudden I get $4 out of it, all of a sudden you look down, you're like, man, I made $45,000 on that trade. Wow.
So yeah, it's basically me doing the short on CAR on car like 3 or 4 months ago. I don't know if you remember that they went from 800 and I shorted only with 20 shares, but I shorted
Send me.
from
Do you have that?
yeah.
Do you have a picture of that?
Let me see. It would be hard to find it right now, like in my screenshots,
Yeah.
because I didn't post too much on Twitter. But yeah, maybe
Okay. So what exactly? Oh, car. Yeah, that's a great ticker.
car. Yeah, I shorted around the 750s, as I remember, and I
Okay.
hold it to 500.
Yeah. There you go. No, like you get outlier trades, and here's the thing: the one thing you're gonna learn is it's not the same for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, watch this. Here's this level on BOXL. Level here. I hate when this does it like this. 1 second. We want to see what this is going to do in between here and right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, and that's exactly it right there. Right there. Car. Perfect example. I traded that ticker really well too. You know, a crazy thing? When everyone was shorting that at
What?
400, the volume wasn't coming into the short side, so I was still longing it, and everyone was shorting it. That was one of those tickers right there that just told you
Yeah. So
Which is
that's where what I'm trying to. I know I don't have the size, but I just wanna have a possibility to have a label of those trades that really I need to hold in those traders as this ones as you haven't shown me all of this time that I
exhaustion
need to
gaps.
be quick. Exactly. Like
Exhaustion gaps. Exhaustion gaps
mhm,
are the A plus of A plus traits. It's going to tell you like you have a blow off, and if you can get in it with small smart size, it's never coming back to your entry. It's never coming back to your entry. Those are the best trades in the world. They're the best. They are the best trades ever because it's never coming back to you ever. And when you get those, it's like hell yes. You don't get them very often, but when
yep.
you do, that's the big thing. When you do get them, they're great. They're phenomenal. And that's the biggest thing that you recognize from those is you're not going to get them very often, but when you do get them, it's it's phenomenal. I'm just going to listen to the chart in the meantime, and don't ZJYL. Once I was in that thing and it was cracking, you could just watch the seller dumping. But we had the idea that that was going to happen before the market closed. It's like if they hold this in a halt, especially up until the close, you're going to have so many longs through the highs chase this thing. All I need to do is size where I can think clearly, size a little heavier than I usually would to start.
Yeah.
And then once I size a little heavier than I usually would to start, play it out. If I can do that, it's no problem at all. And that's the biggest thing is the biggest thing you want to do is base hit, base hit, base hit. Trade that base hit mentality until the stock tells you otherwise. Once it tells you otherwise, you're going to be like, "Oh, this is where I just hammer this thing." And so that's the big goal is every day's a base hit. You know who David what's his name is? Was it Tomlin or David Hamlin?
Oh, the laptop legend.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's a perfect example. Perfect example. Just a perfect example. Most days aren't these massive days.
Yeah.
But when
Same
we
with David Beprick.
who?
David Beprick. He
Oh yeah.
only hit. He just hit the 10 million in less than a year or something. But he makes 5K, 3K,
Yes.
1500, and then one day he makes 100, 300.
And that's exactly it. And the thing is when you're in that trade, like watch this, okay? If BOXL shot down to 380 like in a 2 minute just wham and we see this massive seller show up, I'm not covering there. I'm shorting every pop into it. Because we know the ticker's probably going down to $2.
Yeah.
Those are the tickers that you can really stretch out your profits and make good money on. That's the one you really want to be there for. You
Yeah.
couldn't pick that Docu was going to do what it did that day. You can't get close to picking that it's going to do that. But you can do one thing. You can be around for when they do come around. The rest of the days, you trade a size that's like, okay, man, if I can make, you got to think. So let's say you did the trade the way you are right now and you didn't catch a single one of these for a year. And next year you have an account that's $60,000. Okay. When the good setup comes around, you also have to be willing to be like, I'm willing to lose 3 to 5 grand on this trade.
Yeah.
I mean, I took one the other day in AXTI. I took a loss on it and then just did everything I thought it was going to do the next day. I wasn't sized massive on it. I was sized bigger than I usually would, so it hurt more. Luckily, I had my oil swing going on at the same time. So I was using some of the profits from the oil swing to cover it.
How many accounts do you have?
One.
Okay.
Eventually, I'm going to get one that where I'm not. Eventually, I might get another one here shortly where I am able to have that as only a swing trade where I have the 24-hour trading. So I can put alerts on with an alarm clock. So if something happens, I can get out of the way. Does that make any sense?
Yep.
That's one of the biggest things I want to be able to. One of the biggest things I want to be able to do is that way you
And for
know.
example,
Oh, say what?
I want to ask you, what you normally do, how you normally prepare your day, because it's I appreciate a lot this conversation because I'm taking a lot of notes. That's why I'm so quiet sometimes. But um, I've been
Oh,
checking my journaling in the past, and I'm not gonna lie to you. 80% of this I already put it in my journal because all of these years I've been passing for this, and I'm still making that mistake. What happened if one day I'm distracted? I completely I think I'm right to trade, but I'm not. Maybe not emotionally. Maybe it's just focus. Like,
well, how do you
hey, I have
start?
an
How
appointment.
do you start your day? Like, what do
Well,
you do
normally
before? What are you doing before the market opens?
I wake up. I go to the balcony. I take a coffee, and yeah, I play something that makes me start positive the day or laughing. And then I sit, I put everything on work mode, and and that's it. Sometimes I have said that I'm gonna read my rules before starting my day, and I start doing it. I do well, and then I forgot, and one day I forgot. Everything is,
Here, you want my genuine opinion on that?
yep,
I
sure.
don't think I don't think rules matter if emotion is the issue. So what I try to
Mhm.
do is every single day. I don't have to journal this to know it. Okay. Here's one thing I
Sure.
know without a shadow of a doubt. Okay. I know this. Nobody has to tell me this. I know this. Okay. If I'm
Hmm.
not physically exhausting myself before I trade, this is just me. Most people don't have to do this. I have to get my bike ride in, get to the gym, or take my dogs on like a 30 to 45-minute walk beforehand.
Hmm.
Okay, I realized that for me to be a big trader for the rest of my life, I'm going to have to do these things. Maybe one day I won't. Okay, maybe one day I won't. But what I do know
Yep.
is right now, I do. Right now, I do. So I know that about me. Okay. So when I wake up,
Hmm.
the other night I slept terrible. I slept terrible. Okay. I didn't trade. I didn't trade. Just plain simple. I ended up, normally I'm up early, 5 o'clock. I woke up at 7, went back to sleep until 8:30, woke up,
Yeah.
took my dogs on their walk because I already know what's going to happen. I want to be at the market every day, every minute of every day, every hour of every day. I enjoy what I do. Okay, but I wasn't where I needed to be mentally to make that happen. So I do the opposite. I went, then I took my dogs on a walk, and I was like, how do I feel? And by about 11 o'clock, I felt good. But the same routine I do every morning, I wake up. I try to get up right around 4 o'clock. Okay. I wake up at 4 o'clock. I already have my clothes pretty much laid out almost every day. I have my clothes laid out. I go, I put my clothes on, I make my coffee, and until about 4:20, 4:30, it's pretty relaxed. Brush my teeth, get ready. Then I'm either jumping on the bike or going to the gym. Okay?
Yep.
So let's say I'm at the gym by 5:15. From 5:15 to 6:15 or so, I'm going to lift. Most days I'll go walk on the treadmill for 15, 20 minutes afterwards, usually a mile. I'm walking at 4 miles per hour. Okay? So it's a 15-minute mile. I get that
Yeah.
1 mile in, and that's like my reflection point. 99 out of 100 days, we'll say 90 out of 100 days. Man, I just feel great at that period of time. I feel
Yeah.
good. So when I'm finally feeling good at that period of time, I'm like, okay, this is nice. That's where like my big mental gauge comes in. You want to do something throughout your day where, like, let's say you don't go to the gym. Okay, great, you don't go to the gym, but let's say you spend 15 minutes just focusing on meditating to just get calm inside. Listen to your brain. You're going to be able to tell after that time if your brain's loud or if it's not. There's really only two ways you can do this. One, you can focus on becoming like this really, really consistent minded trader. That works. Or your other opposite thing, and this works too, I know people who do this, they just get drunk. It works for them. It's not me.
Yeah, me neither.
It's just not how
But
I want to
you
trade.
know, you know something that during these years I've experienced, I haven't practiced like wake up early and go to the gym or exercise, go meditation and all of that. And I do it okay in all of the ways I've been trying on.
Yep.
But one day I break my rules and I said it's the same. And I break my rules again and it's the same. So and
That's
sometimes the easy days it's like it's not a is it about my habits or is it about like you
one
know
one, it's your style of trading. So that just watching how I trade change this, right? That's one thing.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
the other thing then as well is you have to change your inner personality.
Yeah.
Nothing better than that book I showed you. I'm not joking you. That will change you as a person. It will change you as a person. It makes you come to a point where you look at it and it's like, what's the worst that can happen to me here? I lose some money? Well, here's the problem. The first things first, you have to change your mental side. Once your mental side is changed, and it's not just when you're trading, it's who you are entirely.
Mhm.
Okay. Once that's changed, the rest just falls in line with it. So, like, you look at like the whole situation with Marcus Aurelius. The man was unfazed with anything he went through. That's all trading is. Being unfazed in any situation that you're put in. That's it.
Yeah.
But you if you read that book as you get into the chapters of the book, I mean, I would recommend listening to it on Audible. It's like $8 to buy, and you can listen to it. It's great. I like doing it because I've listened. I'm not joking you. I've probably listened to that book 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
And so by doing that, completely forgot. By doing that, it teaches you much, much differently and much clearer to to look at things completely different. And when I say it teaches you to look at things completely different, I mean it teaches you to look at things completely different.
Yep.
And so by doing that, I'm not joking you. I that it changed it, not joking you, changed my life, but it's not just mine. It's done that for so many people that I know now. It's not like, oh, that book just resonated with me. No, it did that to a ton of people that I know. A ton of them.
Yeah.
So when you see it do that to so many people, you get through it. And like, I'm not even joking. After the first time, I was just a completely different person. Because it teaches you, like, when you look at a trade and you're like, no matter what, what's this going to matter in 30 minutes? What's this going to matter in an hour?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you don't get triggered. That doesn't come in anymore. I had the same thing happen to me. One thing I don't do, I don't scale in until I'm at a level. I see the volume or I see the price action telling me that it's doing what I want it to do. And so you'll notice the same thing. And so much of that is just your daily routine and then creating what you're doing as the new habit. I think too, watching how I traded today, it kind of changes your way of how you look at trading, doesn't it?
No, well, I mean, yeah, because I'm seeing someone who is controlling himself. So basically, I have too
But
many things to learn
but it's not
on
even
my
controlling. It's not. Well, let me say this: it's not even controlling myself. We were just listening to what the chart was telling us.
yeah, sure, sure.
You know, I see so many people, like, that was one of the things about Charlie. Charlie would be like, oh, dilution, ADF, ADF, all day fade. And I'd sit there and I'd see him say that. And I'd
Hmm.
look at it and I'd be like, I don't know if we're looking at the same chart. Like, are you looking at the same chart I'm looking at? Because
Yep.
that looks like it wants to go up to me, not down.
Hmm.
And it's not me saying that because some dilution says this. It's me saying that, and that was another huge game changer for me. Chart can have all the dilution in the world. If that rigger isn't going to, if the rigger isn't going to dilute it that day, you're just wrong. And they did, like a year ago. They flipped. It was a little bit over a year ago. They flipped. Instead of them diluting it, usually what they would do is they would pop it through a high one time and then they would just die. It was free money that they handed out back then because there were so many long traders with Think or Swim, the free commissions.
Yep.
Okay. Well, it's the same thing. He would sit there and be like, ADF, ADF. And I'm looking at him like, I don't know, man, that chart's not telling me that. But back then, you didn't really have to listen to a chart nearly as much as you do now.
Yep.
And so if you're watching the volume to see when the rigger is flipping, if you're watching the volume to see when the rigger is flipping, if you're watching all those things at once, it will tell you. It will, I promise you, it will tell you, and your emotions are under control. And even if you've gone and taken a loss on it, like, don't look at your P&L. I had no clue what was up or down in DRMA. I didn't know if we were making money or not. I knew we took that one paper cut. I knew we took a third off at that first place. I knew we were hitting and adding up at the highs. I had no clue.
Yeah.
But I knew by listening to the chart, seeing that it was grinding, seeing that the volume was telling us that, man, this thing doesn't want to die. If we traded it any other way, you and I still right now would be sitting with a loss. And by just listening to the chart, if you're just listening to the chart and it's telling you, yeah, man, I have a lot of these. I have a lot of these where let's say this thing came down to that 148, 147, where we look like kings here by covering right at the bottom and that shoots way up. I have a lot of these that will end up just straight up dying. But the problem is more of them will do exactly what the chart was telling me what it wanted to do. And right now I'd have a 150 average and this stock is up at 165. But the problem is I have my biggest size on right now. So if this chart decides to turn around and shoot back up and now go to $2, I'm just getting rolled over.
Yeah.
And so that's the big thing you have to realize is like, don't trade the chart for what you want. Trade the chart for what it is telling you. And you know the other thing that helped me? I finally switched brokers and I started over with a balance, right? I started over with a fresh balance.
Yep.
It was so great. It was like the first day I ever traded again.
Yeah.
And so by doing that, that's what did it for me. And it was great. Because that was the final realization of like, oh, okay. Okay, I get it. And what do we see today? We see a bunch of tickers that aren't dying. So why are we surprised these aren't dying? This isn't a prime. If you're a short, this is not a prime money making day. It's the far opposite.
Mm-hmm.
But we survived. We made money today. And what do? You know. And so as long as you're managing those things like that and your morning routine is done where it's calm and you're constantly thinking that way. Like how many times did you hear me ask you, what are you thinking in this trade? How are you feeling? I'm asking myself
Yep.
that same thing every 2, 3, 5 minutes in a trade. How do I feel
Yep.
right now? Am I feeling good? Is this bothersome? Am I completely calm and cool with this? The answer is yes. I'm going to trade it, the chart, well, where I may take a loss here and there. But you give me 100 trades, I'm going to make money 100 trades. My only goal is to keep my brain centered where it needs to be.
Yeah.
I'm already looking at the. Do you use TradingView, Thinkorswim? What do you use for your charting platform?
Thinkorswim.
Yeah, well, one of the things I'm constantly doing is I'm on the volume profile, zoomed out, looking at where all the volume was done.
Yep.
That's going to tell me every single time where I need to be taking, where the bag holder longs are. Remember, the shorts are only going to hold for about 10 days because borrow rates get super expensive.
Yep.
So after that, all you have is bag holder longs. I love getting the stock into a bag holder level. At DRMA, where did we say we wanted it to go? In between the 175s, $2. Boom, look where it went. We're positioning around that trade not to listen to just the price action. Because their whole purpose is going to be to dupe you out over and over and over again. How do they do that? They get you oversized and they get you emotional. Trade a month. We have a kid in the room right now that's a $50,000 a week trader. He's been in a drawdown for 5 months, man.
Yeah.
I finally was talking to him the other day. I was like, look, man, here's the problem. You're nervous in every single trade. Your confidence is shot.
Yep.
We've all been there. Okay. And what did I tell him? I told him, I said, size down. I am sized down. Well, whatever size you're sized down on still isn't enough. And I told him that. I was just blatantly honest with him. I was like, well, whatever size you're sized down at, or you think you're sized down at, it's not enough.
Mm-hmm.
And it was right. It wasn't enough. So he goes, he sizes down even more. He sizes down even more. And he's trading like small size right now, like 100 shares. And
Yeah.
we were talking about it, and his only goal right now is one really, really, really simple thing. His only goal is to go this 2 weeks on tiny size and get some confidence back. And then I'm like, go to 200, then go to 400, then go to 800, then go to 1600, go to 2500, sit there for a while. You don't make your money by having a $5,000 day, then a $4,000 day down, then a $5,000 day up, and then $8,000 day down, then a $10,000 day up. Base hits.
Mm-hmm.
JD has had like 2 red months in the past 2 years. He's not a home run trader. It's just constant tiny base hits with him all the time. That's it. That's the secret, and
Yeah.
that's the problem with trading is it's so boring. I can tell you right now, Edu trades, he couldn't if he didn't have that room, he couldn't trade the way he does. He couldn't let those positions go dollars and dollars and dollars against him. He could never do that. No one can.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have a second income to be able to trade like that.
Yeah, same as Mattis.
Look at Mattis. You know what Mattis'
Yep.
problem is?
The martingale.
He's no, he what that comes from is he's killed himself emotionally.
Yeah.
I get it. He made $15 million in a year. The market was going straight up. I did great that year too. As my first year trading, I took a $500 or a $5,000 account, turned it into $200K. It didn't take a very big genius.
Mm-hmm.
Something dips down, buy it. Something gets overextended. There's so much stuff overextended that they sell it down. You can't screw it up. The problem is now he takes that loss, and here's the problem. He doesn't listen to a chart. Something goes 3 to 5 cents in his favor, and he's just out. We don't trade that way. We listen to the chart. If I get into a chart and something just starts dumping for me, the good trades go in your favor right away.
Yep.
You look like a genius. Those are the trades then when you get that little pop back up, triple or quadruple your size.
Yeah.
Not joking, that's what you do on those. Those are the trades where you triple, quadruple your size. It's telling you that you're right. Does that make sense?
Sometimes I feel like, yeah, sometimes actually I feel like Mattis, because he could be, I think it happened recently, and this is a good example. Like he had like 6 or 7 months of consistency, and probably he
Gave it
was
all.
showing that something gets changed, and then one day he gave back like 800,000 or 1 million, which was his entire year.
Here's the reason why. He's trading a system where he's going to short the level and get 3 to 5 cents out of it with 50,000 shares.
Mm-hmm.
He's not trading the way you and I are, where I'm showing you like listen to the chart.
Yep.
We traded the hardest ticker of the day was drama.
Yep.
Okay, one more time. Let's go back. I'll put this up on this screen. Looks like we know what we're doing. We saw it grinding down. So what do? We litter orders here. Curls back up. We take them off. We know this is the first. This right here is the first leg, but this is the second. Comes down. I was willing to short up here, but look how big this bar is up. Nope, I'm just going to let it play out. Maybe it takes out the high, maybe it doesn't. Well, I covered a good, I covered, some of my position right here. I don't even remember what it was. Maybe a third, maybe half. But I already wasn't in scary size. Then it comes here, I short a little bit more, short a little bit more. Now we're listening to the chart. The chart is telling us right here. It wants to go down, so I add. Comes down, but what's it doing? Up, down, down, up, down, up. Okay, takes them off. Let it come back up to this area. We go and we look at BOXL. So we miss this trade right here. No big deal. But what's it do again? Down, up, down, down. Look, no volume. No volume. There's no one selling here. Our rigger is not pushing paper. What do? Get out. What do? I still keep that half or third or whatever it is. It comes down, up, down. I look. Why did I cover right here? It's the lowest volume bar. I'm like, I'm out of here. The very next bar, whoop, comes back through the high. What do I know? Most likely at the high, it's at least going to give me a scalp. Gives me a scalp. I'm not trading the chart the way I want to trade it. I'm just staying emotionally composed. Mad as trades a size, and the way he trades, he emotionally loses himself. He can't pay attention to the chart. The chart's telling him one
because
thing.
he's trading with a lot of size, right? Which is very important to measure.
Who knows what his size is?
Yeah,
right?
I don't know.
He's trading with a size that causes him to emotionally lose control of himself. Because he hasn't given himself the consistency, the time, or trading the chart. We're trading a chart. We have key levels. We know where the bag holders are. We know where this thing's most likely going to stall. We're looking at levels. We're looking at levels, and all we're doing in between that period of time is just waiting. This chart's telling you the seller's not there. And so all we have to do is listen to it. What was the good trade you had today? Was it?
It was
MIGL?
MIGL. Yeah. No, I think it's W. Oh, 1 second. HG. It was.
1 second.
Yeah. It was WYHG.
Oh, WHYG. Yeah, sorry. Okay. If we go and we look at this ticker, after this push up, I mean, you can see the size of these bars.
Yep.
Down, down, very small bounce, down, very small bounce, down, very small bounce, down.
Yeah, I was trading big, but there's no stress over there. Like, I was cooking, I was doing my stuff, of course, with alert, but I was letting it work.
But
because
you see how this chart is telling us something completely different than DRMA?
correct, yeah. The trend was there, the volume, the interest, the sellers. There was not any volatility that pretend to be short, then long, then short, then long.
No, the chart tells you. The chart just
Exactly.
tells you. Once a chart tells you something, listen to it. The
Yeah.
problem is people like Maddez, they don't listen to the chart. Why? They have too much size. They're not even present. They're not there. That's Maddez's
Yeah.
lizard brain taking over. But if you go and you like see like some of what Marcus Aurelius was able to do, it was incredible. Why? Because he had just complete control over his brain.
Yeah.
So that being said, I'm gonna go get something to eat. I hope that helped you. I mean, I really do. Like trade small size and ask yourself the whole entire time in the trade, what's this ticker telling me? Is this grinding? Is it shooting down? Are longs getting just trapped and pummeled here? If longs are trapped and pummeled, hold the position and then on a bounce add to it. If it's just slowly grinding down, it's not going to do anything different. Maybe it does. But I'm not going to be around to figure out if it does or not.
Yeah. Yeah. One last question.
Yeah.
So for example, I I'm gonna start tracking, but just my consistency, not if I'm green or red. I want to be consistent in following my rules and be
Nope. Nope, nope,
emotionally
nope, nope. Don't even think like that. Let's change that one more bit, okay?
okay.
All you want to do is be able to ask yourself every single day, have I been present in the trade? How is my stress in the trade? How do I feel in the trade? How did I manage the trade? Because there's a lot of times
Mhm.
where I'll also see a chart wrong and I'll think I managed it right. I'll take my hit and I'll be like, I just saw the chart wrong. But was I okay
Yeah.
mentally while I was in it? You don't need to journal the stuff you think you do. What you need to journal is, how was I in this trade? Were you like me, how I traded today?
Mhm.
Listening to the chart, not your opinion.
Yeah.
Trying to get more, being greedy. I normally hold way longer. Something I've had to change this past 2 weeks, especially. It's not that market right now for all day faders and big dumps and all this. No, you got to trade the chart. You have to be willing to take the base hits. You have to be willing
Yeah.
to get out. It's a lot more protecting capital. It's a lot more taking what the chart's just going to give you. So, what you really need to focus on is listening to your brain. Do I have control over my brain? The Stoics are the one people, they knew they could never control the end outcome. The only thing they could control is how they manage themselves well in the situation.
Yep.
That's all you have to do. You just manage yourself well in the situation. That's it. The emotional control to manage yourself in the situation.
And for example, mm, probably I could do it like I well based on the past, right?
Yeah.
Because I have 1 or 2 months and I'm doing perfect, but after that it's very hard for me to keep on track because I probably think that I'm getting it and then I mess it up
I can tell you,
and it's very hard.
nope, I can
Yeah.
tell you exactly why you're doing that. Because the only time you're focused on it is in trading. You want to be like that in your whole entire life.
Hmm.
You have to think women are chaos, okay? They're emotional.
Hmm.
Most fights start because the woman triggers the man and then the man goes off. If it's a decent man, okay? So your
Yeah.
job as a man is to control yourself emotionally in every single situation. Do you get road rage? Do you get mad at people? If those things exist, your whole goal is outside of trading to manage those things. Do you feel
Yeah.
like you have to buy things? Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't need anything. You have everything inside you right now. The thing you have to
Yeah.
realize about trading is there's only two things that elicit this emotional response. Okay? Love. You ever been in love with someone who's crazy or just in a bad relationship? You do some pretty irrational stuff. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Love and money are the only two things that will make you do that in life. I have built a life right now, okay, that in the past, my ex girlfriend, for example, years ago,
Mm-hmm.
she could elicit that response from me. That can't happen to me now because it's not the trading. I worked on it in the other aspects of my life. So by working on that in the other aspects of my life, not trading, the nice thing is trading, you can only practice it when you're in a trade. With stoicism, you live it all the time. It just makes you a better
Yeah.
person. It makes you so much better of a person. So that's that's my answer to that. And that's the crazy thing is like when you're reading that, like Confessions is another thing. Confessions by Marcus Aurelius, it goes through his life as he has his struggles. So you get to watch it.
Meditation. No.
Meditations is the name of that book. After you read this book, like getting
Yeah.
through this first chapter too sucks because it's the author kind of giving you the preview. But the depth of
Mm-hmm.
material as it goes on is out of this world. Okay.
Yeah.
But what it really does is like meditations shows you him and his thoughts as he's going through the situations in life. It's his constant
Yeah.
work to improve his mind. Socrates. Socrates, they because he was a calm person, they literally killed him. He went to drink the poison and was completely calm, joking around, happy, and he's like, life doesn't matter, we're all going to die. Being alive is the same as being dead, and he had genuinely trained his mind to be that way. Okay, look at trading. What more perfect of someone to teach you a mindset than the people who had it mastered by life and death situations? He had the plague kill like 2 million people. His family was dying. Everyone was dying around him. And he was completely calm in it. That's trading. Because all you have to do to manage a trade is be calm. What ends up happening is your lizard brain comes in, the part that you haven't trained yet. It takes over, and then
Mm-hmm.
all you do is just make the worst decisions ever. You're not present at that time. You yourself are not in there. That's your survival brain that is doing that to you. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so anytime you need it, like let me know. I'll jump on the phone and you can just watch it. Me being around people who have been like calm traders, oh man, like I see it in the room all the time. I see people go on tilt. We had one happen last week.
Yeah. I'm not aligned with the traders that are trading all the day. And as you said, they are making 2, 3K a day. And at the end of the month, normally they don't even pass the $20,000 mark because in a single day, because they are only try to trade 5K, 3K, 3K. But when they lose 10K, 16K. So for me, that's not the trading that I want to build in my life. I want to build calm. I want to build that the confidence that I'm gonna live of this without
Okay.
the stress, you
One
know?
100%. Like for instance, we go and I pull this chart up one more time.
Yep.
That's not
Sorry,
recycling.
man. Yep.
That's not recycling. That's
Exactly.
trading a chart.
Yeah. And
That
I
come
like it.
that comes from 10 years of experience. That comes from just sitting around watching the charts, the same things you see. Where am I looking to short? I'm always looking to short where shorts are going to get stopped out and longs are going to get in. That's one spot. Failed moves up. I would short here where I can add to a position. I always expect 2 legs down. I would short that pop. Why? Because it's coming into a level. Why did I like this area to short right here? Shorts got stopped out. Big fast push up. I told you right here, that's probably the top.
Yep.
Why? Volume. Volume. You can see it right here. Look at the sellers.
Yeah.
Why did I like this general area? Because we found the level. Why did I like this area? 151 on the chart. I thought there'd at least be a pullback around there. And if it's not the top, the only reason I liked it too is we saw shorts are going to pile in here and longs are going to pile in here the first time. Shorts are going to get stopped out. Who's left? Longs. We get a dip down.
Yeah.
Why was I so quick to cover off this level? Because I know anyone who's short from up here or short from here and adding in here, their average price is probably right around here.
Yeah.
Why is this general area a good short? Because it's above this high. The volume's not coming in. There's no capitulation volume. But what does that mean?
Yeah.
When it comes down here, most people are still trying to hold this. What am I going to do? Well, now you can draw this massive level right here. Listen, okay? You're walking down the street, right?
Yeah.
You see $5 laying on the ground. You see $5 laying on the ground. Are you picking it up?
Yep.
Are you better than $5?
Oh yeah.
No, right? Are you better than $5? No way. $5 is $5. I'm bending over and I'm picking it up, right?
Yeah.
Why do people look at their trading any different? Why do you look at your trading any different? It's no different. The problem here,
Yeah.
you know what the biggest problem is? Your social media. You're watching these people post their gains. You all know why? You all know why you don't hear of any of these guys in my room?
Why?
Because we do it in real life. The people like Charlie Comas, EduTrades, all those guys, it's not a consistent grind up. So what are they doing? They're selling a course. So what are they going to sell you? These big monies, these big gains, but they're not selling you. They're selling you the dream. They're not selling you the reality. I can promise you right now, if you didn't have Twitter, that you were watching or these rooms where you're seeing how other people trade, you would develop your own style of trading. This isn't anyone else's style. This is my style. This is me. And all it is me doing is listening to a chart. That's all you have to do. That's it. And then you go in, you take the time on your daily chart, you take the time drawing your levels, you take the time doing all those things. And at the end of the day, you have something to show for it. The biggest thing you have to do is get off of looking at what people on Twitter say and do.
Yeah.
You are yourself. There's only two things you have to do. Listen to a chart as to what it's telling you. Not be too good. That was something I've learned from like JD and those guys. A lot of them. I still had a very linear curve, but the problem is you get these big pullbacks in your P&L when all of a sudden you're up on 6 tickers for the day, and then you goes back to break even, or you take a small loss on it 5 times. No,
Yeah.
if you're up, I'm not too good to pick up 5, 10, 20, $20 bills. That's what trading is. It's a million base hits over and over again with a home run here and there. That does not sell on Instagram. And people are sitting here stuck in DRMA. And the reason they're stuck in DRMA is because they can't just listen to a chart. Why are they stuck? Because they're stuck from a price that makes them uncomfortable. They have a size that's too big and they're going to cover at the worst time. Me, I look at it completely different. I'm going to trade my best when everyone is emotional. Go look at DOCS. Why did I trade that ticker so well? I didn't have a stake in it. I wasn't emotional. I was in that thing at the perfect time because everyone else was stuck in it emotional. And I'm just sitting by waiting for my time. Look at ZJYL. All you have to do. You do that, you're going to make money.
Yeah.
But you look at people like Comey or what's this, Charlie and EduTrade, they have to trade a lot.
Yeah.
They're educators. They're not even educators. They're performers. That's half my reason for leaving Charlie's room, man. I was the head. He and I were like the head traders there.
Yeah.
I'm not a performer. Someone's going to ask me about a chart. And that was one thing Charlie guy got mad at. He's like, oh, you haven't been taking a bunch of trades. Yeah, I don't have trades to take. You haven't been posting. There's nothing for me to post. The stocks are going parabolic right now. They're going ape shit. You're having tickers put in $6, $7, $8 candles for no reason. I can't trade that. I'm not going to trade that. And I'm not going to advise people to trade that. He sat there and just thought I wasn't doing my part as a trader. Oh, yeah, you're not helping the room. No, it's not that I'm not helping the room. It's I can't trade that. Nobody can. So what happened? A bunch of people blew up. He thought I was being lazy. You haven't been posting on X. What do you want me to post? I'm not taking trades. Why? Because I'm just sitting there looking and listening to the chart. It wasn't like 3 days later I watched him take a $60,000 hit in 15 seconds. And please do not share that with a bunch of people.
Of course not, man.
That half the reason I left, man. He was figuring out like he was charging people like 250 euros a month, and I was like, charge him 100. Sure enough, what happens? Everyone ends up leaving. Why? Because you're charging $250 a month. You know what I would do? Stream on Twitch, stream on Kick, offer a service for $15 or $20 a month. Where guess what? You get to be part of the Discord, and then on top of being part of a Discord, because anyone can troll during open hours on a stream. What I'm going to do is on that Discord once a week, we're going to get on and we're going to do reviews of all the charts that we saw that we traded, what was traded well, what wasn't traded well. That's what I would do. People learning to trade are already struggling enough. They're already struggling enough. You don't need to make it any worse. You don't need to then make them struggle to pay for a room. And I really like Charlie, but I look at trading and I look at the participants and I look at the rooms way differently. I haven't found one yet. EduTrade's the way he teaches people to trade. We're like, oh, short and then just let the stock go against you and maybe it's going to let you out break even. You can't teach a kid that with a $3,000 account. He can't reload it like you. And if he is, he's going to be equivalent. It's him shorting 3 shares equivalent to you because he probably has $1,000 account. And if he's in 25 shares and he's got a ticker go $20 against him, the math doesn't math. It works if you have deep pockets because you're trading such small size in accordance. And still, even then, you take 20% haircuts on your account. I can't trade that way and make a living.
Yeah.
It's like we were talking about, the flip of a coin, man. So what do? We trade this chart and we just listen to it. And all of a sudden it turned into the grinder. Why? It told us it way before that. How many of those guys do you ever hear talk like that? None.
Yeah.
I mean, they sit there, they're like short, short, short. Oh, it goes down 3 cents. Cover, 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 cover. I do that when it's permitting. When it's telling me to do that. But even then, I'm trying to take covers at rational, logical, good areas. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
hope that helps a bit.
No, it helps a lot, man.
And the only way you do that is the one way they tell you, they don't teach you to do it. Master your mind.
Yep.
You can trade like a jackass if you go and you have 500 people like EduTrades does, paying you $200 a month.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how many people does he have in his room? Like, I know it's a shitload, right?
I don't know, yeah, but I guess
Okay,
yeah.
so
I,
let's
I
take.
I never have been part of any room besides GA Trader when I see you first
Oh
time.
yeah, I was. Yeah, and he ended up kicking me out after he asked me to be a
Yeah.
moderator because I was just being honest. Back then, that was a year and a half ago. I could scale into almost anything. That style of trading worked. I did it all the time. They're bag holder
Mhm.
shorts. That's all. That was my main setup. It was a bag holder short. I find a huge
Yeah.
area that was diluted massively. The stock would run up to it. I'd have 3 different levels. I'd add an area 1, I'd add an area 2, I'd add an area 3, and by the end of the day, the ticker would dump. Then Thinkorswim got shut down, so it wasn't just a net long. Everyone wasn't just long. Back then, short selling wasn't the cool thing to do. Then the Europeans came along after Thinkorswim closed. Everyone started shorting. Then you got these ridiculously squeezes, and tickers don't just die. So
Yeah.
the tickers that do die, you trade the hell out of them. But you go and you look at EduTrades. If he's got 500 people, he's charging $200 a month. He's making $100,000 a month on that room. He makes more on that room than he does trading.
Yeah.
He's not a trader. He's an educator. JTrader isn't even profitable.
Yeah.
You saw that by his small account challenge. But why?
Yeah.
Why? Because he's never mastered the art of trading. He has spent all of his time. He's never mastered his
Creating
mind.
system.
It's just a huge advertisement all the time with him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, buy this. Oh, you see this? It's a show. Him making content. Where have I focused? I focused on just bettering my mind, bettering who I am as a person, remaining unfazed. Like, think of this: in the past 6 months, my best friend killed himself. My girlfriend's dad has gotten ALS, rapid onset ALS.
Yeah. You told me.
I've had all this stuff happen to me in a 6 month period. I went into a drawdown. And I had been focusing on my mind so much, and my trading had been so great for the past year and a half. Okay. This
Mm-hmm.
happened to me, and it was the biggest realization because nothing changed. It was the same charts, but all of a sudden, the only thing that had changed was my mental state. And now all of a sudden, I'm going into a drawdown. That's when it like clicked beyond clicking. I was like, whoa. I put 2 and 2 together. I put 2 and 2 together real quick. I was like, wow. I'm
Yeah.
not trading a chart. I'm trading my mind.
Yeah.
And most people don't want to hear that. How do I get good at trading? Well, you go come up with a routine. You focus on how your mind is feeling that morning. You trade around that and you listen to a chart. Oh, and by the way, you have to have some years sitting in front of the screen so that you can understand. the price action and pullbacks and what's normal. Is it by mistake that this chart just came down to 155 and bounced? No, just look to the left.
Mm-hmm.
It's telling you the people who know how to trade the chart are doing the same thing I would be doing right there. Is it any mistake that stopping at 168? No, the chart's just doing what the chart's doing. It's a grinding chart. What's going to end up happening? One of these sides is going to break. I don't want to be the one shorting right here, hoping that breaks down here when this thing can go up to $2 just as easy as it can go down. I don't have edge doing that.
Yeah.
So, and that's a nice thing. You already have 99% of this stuff figured out. So, and the nice thing is with stoicism, you can focus on it outside of the markets. Do you have Spotify?
Yep.
Okay. Pull up your Spotify. Every day when I'm at the gym, I listen to the same video every single day. Every single day.
Okay. Which one?
I have heard this video. Okay. So let me find it for you. Okay. 8 brutal stoic laws to rewire your mind. By Jordan Peterson, but it's just Jordan Peterson. Okay.
Okay.
I'm taking a screenshot. I'm sending it to you.
Yeah, I just got it.
Okay. I listen to that every single morning. Every morning. And then I also have that. And so how long is this one?
Exceptional. But exceptional people.
Okay, here. The top one's the most important. But these two, DJ Shipley's like, dude, he's just a machine. He's a machine. He's been around the best athletes, the best people in the world. You can't you follow the things that those people say, you cannot not be great. And that's all trading is.
Okay.
All right,
I will, brother.
I'm gonna go eat.
All right.
Hey,
Thank
do
you
me a
so
favor.
much. I appreciate it.
When you listen to that 8 brutal laws to rewire your mind, you have to tell me what you think.
All right.
Later.
All right. Take care. Thank you.
Bye.